Hello friends and welcome to Pendulum IAS. Today we'll be discussing UPSC Current Affair quiz of 25 and 26 May 2020. So friends, let's start the quiz. First question, which of the following is true about pulmonary embolism? First, it is the flow of blood clots back to the lungs formed in deep veins. Generally, it is also called deep vein thrombosis. Continuous long hour sitting can be a cause of this disease and it is same as the thrombosis. You have to select the correct answer from the codes given below. 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 3, 1, 2 and 3, 2 and 3. So the correct answer for this is option C, that is 1, 2 and 3 statement is true about pulmonary embolism. Let's see the explanation. Pulmonary thrombosis or pulmonary embolism is the blockage of pulmonary arteries in the lungs. It occurs because the blood clots formed in the veins, generally deep veins of the legs, flow back to the lungs. Common symptoms include shortness of breath, chest pain, cough. A person suffering from heart disease, cancer, obesity, or injury like bone fractures, or has undergone a prolonged bed rest or prolonged sitting without taking breaks, these such people are at high risk. The presence of an elevated level of D-dimer protein in the blood leads to a high level risk of thrombosis. Thrombosis is the clots formed in blood, while pulmonary thrombosis occurs when the clots flow to the arteries in the lungs. Therefore, the correct answer is option C. Moving to the next question. Malathion technical is used for which of the following purposes? First, to treat COVID-19 patients. Second, to control the spread of locust. To contain African swine fever in Assam. And none of the above. So, the correct answer for this is option B, that is to control the spread of locust. Malathion technical is an insecticide to control the spread of outdoor insects like locust. It has been manufactured by HIL India Limited, which is a PSU under Department of Chemicals and Petrochemicals, Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. This insecticide has also been used by municipal corporations for dengue and chikungunya control program. HIL will produce and supply 25 metric ton of Malathion technical to Iran under locust control program under government to government arrangement. An arrangement was also signed between HIL and Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare for the supply of Malathion technical to Rajasthan and Gujarat for locust control program. Therefore, the correct answer is option B. Moving to the next question. Which of the following is true about heat waves? In plains, heat wave is declared when the plains temperature becomes equal or greater than 45 degrees centigrade. Second, decreasing groundwater level can increase the intensity of heat wave. Third, it can be declared when the departure from the normal temperature is 4.5 to 6.54 degree centigrade. So you have to select the correct answer from the codes given below. 1, 2 and 3, 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 3. So the correct answer for this is option A, that is 1, 2 and 3. The heat wave is considered if the maximum temperature of a station reaches at least 40 degrees centigrade or more for plains, 37 degree or more for coastal stations, and at least 30 degrees centigrade or more for hilly regions. Heat wave can be declared when the departure from the normal temperature is 4.5 degrees centigrade to 6.4 degree centigrade. Severe heat wave can be declared when the temperature from normal is more than 6.4 degree centigrade based on actual maximum temperature. For plains only, heat wave can be declared when the actual maximum temperature is more than or equal to 45 degrees centigrade. Severe heat wave is declared when actual maximum temperature is more than or equal to 47 degrees centigrade. Depleting groundwater can affect irrigation and can make the land barren, thus increasing the intensity of heat waves. Therefore, the correct answer is option A. Moving to the next question. Which of the following is true about Eugenia spherocarpa, which has been discovered in the Western Ghats? It is a species of black frog found in Kerala. It is a variety of endangered flowers. It is a species of plants belonging to the rose apple family, or it is a new species of grasshopper. So the correct answer for this is option C, that is it is a species of plant belonging to the rose apple family. Eugenia spherocarpa is a plant belonging to the rose apple family recently discovered along with Gonothalamus seriaceus of the Anosia family of custard apple and Mimosceline nervosum of the Melastomataceae coyambo or cassavo in local parlance family. The plants have been discovered in Kerala and Tamil Nadu in the Western Ghats by a team of scientists of the Botanical Survey of India. The Eugenia spherocarpa has been found in Malabar Wildlife Sanctuary at a height of 800 meters, while some plants of Gonothalamus seriaceus have been found in Kanyakumari Wildlife Sanctuary in Tamil Nadu at a height of 1400 meters. Therefore, the correct answer for this is option C. Moving to the next question. Which of the following is true about hypoxia? It is a situation where there is less oxygen in the body but the person does not face shortness of breath. Second, the situation is called silent pneumonia. Third, both A and B. And fourth, none. So the correct answer for this is option C, that is both A and B. Hypoxia or silent pneumonia is a situation when there is a shortness of oxygen in the body but still there is normal breathing because there is normal exchange of gases across the lungs. This situation is usually seen in COVID-19 patients and is a temporary situation. Hypoxia is one of the situations that can worsen the state of COVID-19 patients and it can lead to sudden death as it is asymptomatic. So the correct answer for this is option C. Moving to the next question. Consider the following statements. The ARYA scheme was launched in 2019 by Ministry of Human Resources and Development. Second, the scheme aims at attracting and retaining the youth in research. So which of the above given statements is or are incorrect? One only, two only, both one and two, neither one nor two. So the correct answer for this is option C, that is both one and two statements are incorrect. Indian Council of Agriculture Research initiated the program Attracting and Retaining Youth in Agriculture, that is ARYA scheme. The scheme aims at attracting and empowering the youth in rural areas by developing economic models for them in the village itself. It was launched in July 2015 on the 87th Foundation Day of ICAR by our respected Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The scheme will be implemented in 25 states through Krishi Vigyan Kendras, one district from each state. 200 to 300 rural youths in each district will be identified for their skill development in entrepreneurial activities. The technology partners with Krishi Vigyan Kendras are agriculture universities and the ICAR institutes. Talking about ICAR, it is an autonomous organization under the Department of Agriculture, Research and Education, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. It was established in 1929 and is headquartered in New Delhi. The massive reverse migration of people from urban to villages due to lockdown being in effect in the wake of COVID-19 has put focus on this ARYA scheme. Therefore, the correct answer is option C. Moving to the next question. Rajiv Gandhi Kisan Nyay Yojana is a scheme to provide income support to farmers. It is a scheme of which state? Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. So the correct answer for this is option A, that is Chhattisgarh. Rajiv Gandhi Kisan Nyay Yojana has been started by the Chhattisgarh government and it aims to provide income support to the farmers. The scheme is for farmers sowing 14 types of crops including 1 Rabi and 13 Kharif crops. Direct transfer of rupees 5,700 crore into farmers' account will be done in 4 installments. In the next phase of the scheme, landless labor and agriculturists will be covered under this scheme. Hence, the correct answer for this is option A. Moving to the next question. Which of the following is true about Nallamala forest? First, the forest lies in the Eastern Ghats. Only subsistence agriculture is practiced here. It is a part of Nagarjuna Sagar, Sri Salam Tiger Reserve. So you have to select the correct answer from the codes given below. 1, 2 and 3, 1 and 3, 1 and 2, 2 and 3. So the correct answer for this is option A, that is 1, 2 and 3. Nallamala forest lies in the Eastern Ghats and is the largest stretch of forest in South India after the Western Ghats. It is a part of Nagarjuna Sagar, Sri Salam Tiger Reserve. It is an undisturbed forest lying on Nallamala hills and only subsistence agriculture is practiced here. Chenchu tribe, which is important, is found in the Nallamala forest and is spread in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Karnataka. Therefore, the correct answer for this is option A. Moving to the next question. Which of the following statements is true? According to the National Steel Policy 2017, India aims to achieve steel production up to 300 million tons by 2030. Second, there has been a decline in steel production from 2019 to 2020. Both statements are true and none of these statements is true. Therefore, the correct answer for this is option C, that is both statements are true. According to the World Steel Report of the World Steel Association, the crude steel production has declined by 65%. From 2019 to 2020, there has been a decline of 14% in crude steel production in India, and for the first time, China is facing output decline of 1.7%. Under the National Steel Policy 2017, India aims to achieve an output of 300 million tons by 2030, and it also aims to make India self-sufficient. Therefore, the correct answer for this is option C. Moving to the next question. Which of the following is true about Katkari tribe? It belongs to the state of Maharashtra. It has been designated as a particularly vulnerable tribe. Third, they were earlier listed under the Criminal Tribes Act of 1871. So the correct answer for this is option D, that is 1, 2 and 3. Friends, the Katkari tribe is a particularly vulnerable tribe from Maharashtra. This tribe is also known as the Kathodi tribe. They speak Marathi and the Katkari language. The tribal people are also found in Gujarat, Karnataka and Rajasthan. They were earlier listed under the Criminal Tribe Act of 1871. आदिवासी एकात्मिक सामाजिक संस्था of Saharanpur, Thane, Maharashtra is in news for organizing the tribe under Wan Dhan Yojana and marketing medicinal plant Giloy along with the other products. One thing to note, there are 75 particularly vulnerable tribes in India as recognized by the Ministry of Home Affairs, and the maximum number of tribes is in Odisha. Therefore, the correct answer for this is option D. Moving to the next question. Which of the following is true about the Commission on Limits of Continental Shelf? The Commission enables the state parties to set up the limits of the continental shelf beyond 200 nautical miles of the baseline. The limits set by the guidelines of the UN Convention on the Law of Sea are final and binding, and there is no redressal in case of a dispute. Both statements are true and none of these statement is true. So the correct answer for this is option A. Let's see the explanation. The UN Commission on Limits of Continental Shelf is a commission set up under the pursuance of UN clause to enable the state parties to set up the limits of the continental shelf beyond 200 nautical miles of the baseline. The limit set up should not limit other states' rights. The limits set following the guidelines of the UN Convention on Law of Seas are final and binding. In case there is a conflict, the state parties are supposed to make a revised submission to the Commission. Somalia and Kenya for over a decade are involved in a maritime dispute over the limits of a continental shelf set by them beyond 200 nautical miles in the Indian Ocean. Both had made their submissions before the Commission, but the problem sprang up again in 2011. Hence, the correct answer for this is option A. Moving to the next question. Which of the following is true about South Atlantic anomaly? It refers to the weakening magnetic field of Earth between Africa and South America. It can affect the movement of ocean waves, and it shows there may be a reversal in Earth's magnetic field. So you have to select the correct answer from the codes given below: 2 and 3, 1 and 3, 1 and 2, 1, 2 and 3. So the correct answer for this is option D, that is 1, 2 and 3. South Atlantic anomaly refers to the weakening magnetic field of Earth between Africa and South America. This may be a sign of reversal of Earth's magnetic field, which generates due to the movement of metal and the liquid present in the core and expands to a large extent over the Earth's surface. The last reversal happened around 7.8 lakh years ago, and it usually takes tens of thousands of years for the reversal to take place. The anomaly can affect the communication with satellites, protection of winds from solar flares and other harmful objects in the space, and may also affect the movement of oceanic waves. Therefore, the correct answer is option D. Moving to the next question. Shahamalaza Elias Radama Biosphere Reserve is located in which of the following island? Reunion Island, Madagascar Island, Seychelles and Comoros. So the correct answer for this is option B, that is Madagascar Island. Shahamalaza Elias Radama Biosphere Reserve is located in the northwestern part of Madagascar Island, and the region is known for the abundance of amphibians. Scientists have discovered a frog named Christoph Froscher, which has been proposed to be classified as critically endangered. Therefore, the correct answer is option B. Moving to the next question. Which of the following statement is true? Agrobacterium is a plant or crop pathogen. It can be used to create disease-resistant crops, both A and B, and none. So the correct answer for this is option C. Agrobacterium or Agrobacterium tumefaciens is a single-celled microorganism found in soil that also acts as pathogen and a natural genetic engineer. The organism, through the proteins released by plants in the soil, recognizes the plants, moves towards it, and after making contact with the plant, it chemically releases the viral genes of DNA or tDNA, which enters into the plant and changes the genetic information of plants. It is known to cause ground glass disease, which limits the growth of the plants. Scientists can alter the tDNA to remove all the information that is harmful to the plants and insert new information. This has been successful in creating a healthy breed of papaya in Hawaii, in producing golden rice, etc. Hence, the correct answer for this is option C. Moving to the next question. Which of the following can be a health indicator for the coral reefs? Water temperature, extent of sedimentation, presence of sand halos around the reefs, and 4, salinity. So you have to select the correct answer from the codes given below. 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 4, 2, 3 and 4. The correct answer for this is option C, that is 1, 2 and 4. Coral reefs are also called marine rainforest and are formed of the colonies of the coral polyps living in a mutualistic relationship with zooplanktons. They are calcareous and need temperature of the range 20 to 35 degrees centigrade. The salinity of water of about 27 to 40%. Shallow water, depth of not more than 200 meters. Sediment-free clean water, etc. Scientists have observed sand halos around coral reefs, which is the sand stretch and is created when the marine biodiversity eats up the plants and vegetation in the reefs. This scientists believe is a sign of healthy corals and marine ecosystems. Therefore, the correct answer for this is option C. So friends, here we have covered the daily current affair quiz of 25 and 26 May 2020. I hope you like this video. To daily practice with us the daily current affair quiz, please subscribe to our channel Pendulum IAS and do not forget to press the bell icon to receive notification. All the best. Keep preparing with us. Thank you so much.